Princess Leia in Star Wars, which is why I insist that you all call me Princess. So I am a physiotherapist and a knee pain researcher at UniSA and SAMRI. Oh, this time of year is wonderful, isn't it? The sunshine, the ice cream, and I get to see lots of knees. Now, my own personal Darth Vader is pants. Now, I should also mention at this point, I'm autistic. So, as you've been coming in, I have been secretly checking out all your knees. And we have 87.5 knees in the room. I can count, honestly. The half, that's my dad. He has a half knee replacement, not half a knee. Okay. And my research concentrates on pain that can arise from knee replacement. So my goal is to ensure that everybody who has a knee replacement has the same or better quality of life after knee replacement than they did before. But you may be surprised to know that not all knee replacements go to plan. Now, let me give you an example. Imagine if buying or getting a knee replacement was like buying a toaster at Kmart. Okay, so you get to Kmart, you've pushed your way past all the kids smoking at the door, you've fought your way past all those little kids who are begging for lollies, you mistakenly hit checkout even before you found the toasters, because they're definitely in the wrong place, and you find your toaster. You are happy with your toaster, you get it home, you're super excited, but when you get it home, all you get is burnt toast. Now, you've been reading up the manual, you've been looking online, you've talked to that annoying neighbour down the road who had a new toaster last year, and his was just fine. But you are stuck with burnt toast. Now, imagine if 30% of Kmart's toasters were like this. Well, maybe this is why I'm buying one of these when I get to my toaster. But, as I was saying, 30% of knee replacements, up to 30%, people have problems with pain and function. They don't get the desired pain relief or functional improvement that they were hoping for. And this is a huge problem. Now, if I put it 30% into perspective, that's the same percentage of people in this room that can flare their nostrils. You're all trying now, aren't you? But in Australia alone last year, there were more than 78,000 knee replacements. That's enough people having a knee replacement to fill the Bird's Nest Stadium in Beijing. Huge problem. Ooh, that's I'm slightly distracted. So, how did I get into the exciting world of knee replacements, you'd ask? I can hear you begging to know. Now, I moved here from England, as you see, to the lovely land of Australia 13 years ago with my husband and 2 kids. And I have to let you know that my husband is also a knee obsessive. He mechanically and computer tests knee replacements. You can imagine the afternoon conversations, can't you? So, but as a man, obviously, he reckons he got into knee replacements first. And as a man, he's paid a lot more, thankfully. Otherwise, he would be up here too. Thankfully for you, I'm a better communicator than my husband because I speak English, French, and autistic. And what my research is looking at the moment is how we can communicate better, especially for neurodivergent people like me. As you may know, neurodivergent people have different communication styles to you lovely neurotypical population. So, let me tell you a little bit more about how my research could maybe help you, or someone you love, or someone you came with tonight that you're not that keen on, don't look at them now. have a better result from their knee replacement. So at the start, what do you want from your knee replacement? You want your knee replacement to be pain-free. You like it to move well. You want to be able to do the things that you enjoy doing, such as changing the gear on your vintage car perhaps. But as I tell my husband, we have to look beyond just mechanics. And you know that arguing with an engineer is like wrestling with a pig in mud. You know he likes it. So, how can we start off getting some improvements? Well, we can start when we've got osteoarthritis. And 1 in 2 over 65s in Australia will have osteoarthritis. So, we can start off by improving your mental health. I put a Zen moment there. You could also manage your weight. And you could deal with inflammation in the body. Now, as a menopausal woman, I'm on fire a lot of the time. And unfortunately, what it doesn't mean is having the attention of a hungry firefighter. What you need is good old Mediterranean diet. The true but boring. Okay? So, what are the problems that people tell us about? What do they really want us to help us solve in our look into knee replacements? Well, there's a lot of problems. One of them is pain. They tell us that pain is severe after the operation. They can't move easily. It hurts when I move. Now, this could be okay in a consensual bondage relationship. But I don't know that it's a good thing after a knee replacement. They also tell us that they worry a lot about medication. So I'm really happy to say we know a lot more about things like the addictive nature of opiates. There's a lot of awareness out there, and I'm definitely not recommending that anyone goes and dabbles in heroin. Especially if you have a dodgy knee and you can't run away from the police. But the drugs are there for a reason, because we know that if you have unchecked and prolonged severe pain after your knee replacement, it puts you at more risk for persistent pain. Now, the other funny thing that they tell us about is that their knee feels like an alien. Now, I'm not talking a full Sigourney Weaver alien predator experience. No. But their knee doesn't feel part of them, and that is a problem. So, why do they feel like this? Well, we think perhaps in part it's due to mistaken expectation. There's poor communication. And as I said, communication between different neurotypes can vary. So, we need to get better at talking to people and imparting the information. But we also need to know more about what people want to know. So, the research that I'm going on to do is using a universal design approach. So we're looking at being inclusive rather than doing it the old way, where health professionals just dish things out. There you go, love, off you go, have your knee replacement. We actually want feedback from patients, prospective patients, and health professionals all working as partners. So how we're going to do that is using a co-design approach. Now, I'm glad that my other supervisor isn't here, because I may well be mangling this definition. But it's a novel approach in creating a resource where we partner with all these people. We partner with the health professionals, we partner with knee replacement patients who've had knee replacements in the past, and we partner with people who are thinking about having a knee replacement. So we get all different perspectives, and we're including all neurotypes, because we want to make sure that that communication goes out to all. So what might it look like? Well, there are a number of aspects or design elements that we could include, but one of the things that we may use is something called pain science education. Now, if you haven't heard about pain science education, what it does is that it combines the impact of various things that could have an influence on your pain. So we look at your biology, you know, when you've had part of your knee chopped off, it could be partly that. but it also could be partly how you're thinking, and it could be to do with the people around you. Just like that annoying neighbour down the road who's told you time again that theirs was no problem. Alright? But using play and science, what that does is it helps people, and we know this from other studies, it can help people to move more, to worry less, and that means they can enjoy life. So doing things like changing gear on their vintage car, or maybe running away from the police. Who knows? So, using this new resource, what we're aiming to do is to strike back at those problems with pain and movement and medication and even those pesky little knee aliens. Now, if anyone is interested in collaborating or you know somebody who might be, please come and see me after the show, because I would love to talk to you. I've got contact details on some cards, so you don't even have to actually talk to me even. You can just take a card and run away.